that I was in receipt of, and I call for a motion to discussion of it. Do I have one? Do I have a second?
Second.
Call a question, motion to fairly raise your right hand.
Mr. Chairman.
The letter is from the City of Macon, Mayor Robert Rickard, and I trust that each of you had an opportunity to read it. As you all know, we are moving into with the roundtable meetings at the Regional Commission for your regional transportation SWASH. That will be brought to Middle Georgia. It will be involved with working with the Georgia DOT for road improvement, road upgrades, new roads, etc., bridge repair, on and on. It's a new era in terms of funding. I've attended a meeting with in the presence of Mayor Rickard, and he's expressed the interest that he has for Macon and the community of Middle Georgia for the light rail system, a light rail initiative, and he's asked for a letter of support to the Regional Commission from this body, from not only us but other bodies in the district that would support that effort, and he's called it the inclusion in the unconstrained list. And the unconstrained list means that it's used money in competition with other projects. So I wanted the board to look at it, give me your input, your thoughts, your wisdom on it. The concept of light rail is something that your bigger communities like to discuss because it will connect the population center of Macon to Warren Robins. They've expressed interest of connecting it to Milledgeville and ultimately to the Atlanta area. And, but I think it's a worthy effort. There's unlimited funds. When we talk about a T-spot, I think the figure that they showed over the 10-year period is right at a little over $1 billion. But over an 11-county area, that is not a lot of money for road building, road upgrade projects that might be needed in the very near future. So I share that information with you. You have thoughts on it or questions about it? I'm not really equipped to answer too many technical questions, other than I just have heard that discussion about light rail, and I think we've probably seen a lot of comments about other communities that are seeking that or have sought that. And usually it's a huge federal program that's involved, and it's several billions of dollars to get one established. And I don't know, it just didn't. I would like to think that we might want to support their needs, but I'd hate to see us take a supporting position in taking the T-Splosh monies to do that. But that's my thoughts.
Well, the first thing is the technical question. Light rail, is that transposed to high-speed rail?
No. Light rail is simply a two to three mobile, self-propelled mobile cars.
But the purpose is for passengers?
It's sort of an upgrade trolley. Yeah, and but that high-speed rail, that's a different animal.
One of the things we know T-Splosh is coming, whether we support it or not. I always like to be on the inside when it comes to looking down the road and making decisions about where we're going. it's going to affect us one way or the other if we support it or don't support it, because it's going to be on us. I would rather support it at this point, because it's not going to, quote, cost the commission anything, but it's going to cost every citizen because it's a SPLOS. And we need to make sure that we get every penny we can back in here by supporting it. And it's going to be a roundabout way to get the money, because there's no direct way to get it. But since T-SPLOS is coming anyway, it's not saying they're going to take all of the money and put it into this light rail system, but just some of it. And even if they do that, I think our citizens can benefit from it, as well as the community. So I think we need to support it from the jump street. And it might not even come to fruition anyway, but here again, it is thinking outside of the box, and I think it's something that we need to get behind.
Thoughts on it, Commissioner Ellis?
Well, I agree that it's coming whether we want it or not, because we're a part of this region, and we're just a very small part, we know. I understand that this is more just for a study than anything, isn't it? I mean, it's not necessarily.
Well, it says, I suggest that we consider submitting a request to the Georgia DOT for inclusion in the unconstrained list of projects before the end of the March deadline. You know, March the 30th, we have met and put together the projects that Twiggs County had worked up, and so this is an effort to get more of a community-centered efforts at trying to.
They're saying that they want this to come from the region.
That's what I understand. It would be something that we would. Of course, it's up to you as board members. I relent to whatever you think is a wise thing. I do know that the round table is composed of the 11 counties. It's 22 members. I do know that the executive committee will be doing the final crunching down on the project selections, and let's face it, your bigger communities have got the more clout when it comes to input. I would.
What, as far as the attorney is concerned, what is your interpretation?
I mean, it's not up on it. I'd be guessing.
Why don't let me contact Mayor and ask him. This is the last meeting in March. So this is it.
Let me ask you this: could we contact Laura Mathis too? She is really like the know-all.
She is the more or less the PR, so to speak, for the projects, and from the standpoint of the House bill is 287, I believe it is, in it, which is inclusive of the new T-SPLOS and statement. I have no problem myself in taking the motion from the board that we proceed with supporting a light rail project that would not infringe too greatly on the T-SPLOS as far as the total cost. I mean, I don't know where you could put a limit on it or something of that nature, or parameters on it.
I'd just like to know a little bit more, I guess, about it. I don't know. Either way, I mean, I guess we could have a call meeting, or we could do a poll after we get some information. Or
let's to have more comfort with the information. Let's do this. Let's me call Laura Mathis tomorrow, and I will in turn talk with her and both Mayor Ricker together. And if need be, today is the 15th. If need be, we have time that we can come back together because I think this is an important issue. It's not nothing to be glossed over. I think it's very important for the future of Middle Georgia, for the future of Macon. But I think that from what I'm hearing, and I apologize for not being able to relate more detailed and technical information to you about it, but we can ask for more information, and even ask that they might come and talk to us here about it.
One thing I do know from any little that I've garnered from just the meetings that we've been to, I agree with Commissioner Sampson in that we've got to get in on the onset and be a team player, because if we don't, we're going to be left out completely.
Right.
So, but we need to know what we're, becoming a part of. So I just like some more information.
Yeah, I think indeed the collaboration of the 11 counties is going to be key to being able to get your accomplishments of projects that we have viewed as important in the past and still view as important. I think it's worth taking the time to get in contact with them and getting the information particulars together and calling the board back together again for a brief opportunity to meet and discuss it more in detail. So
I think that's a good idea, and I agree that T-Splosh is coming. That's true. First of all, we've got to get our county to vote for it, or we're out altogether.
Mm-hmm.
But I want a little bit of a comfort level that if we add something else in, that it won't take away from our community in the process.
Well, that's the thought.
The round table is going to be making the decisions, and wherever the cloud is, it's going to be pushed that way. And if we add something in that's very attractive, and it is, for the future, but by the same token, if it's going to take away from us, then you know.
Well, I'll do that. I'll get that information and those people, and I'll get back here. But your remarks are well made, Don, because the T-Splosh, as I understand it, the majority of the vote in the district will carry it, yea or nay, which makes it happen. But the individual vote of a community will either include you or exclude you. So, and you know that if you're a part of Houston County, and if you're part of Macon, Milledgeville, those bigger population centers are going to carry the ballot. You take both Twiggs and Buxton combined, even with Jones, would not match up with the numbers that even Macon might have, or even Houston County might have in terms of voters. So it's a real issue that's there. It's been approved. A lot of work's been done to make it happen, and I think it's wise. I'll have them schedule the time they can come talk with us and give us more insight on that. Okay? So we'll just table this issue right at the moment until further information we got between now, and it'll have to be between now and the end of this month, because the 30th is the submittal date of the project's listing. Okay?